Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and just what do we have here? Why, it's a big, beauty cardboard box. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the fan known as Uncle Shagnasty offered to donate me his old PC. He was upgrading his PC and wanted to donate to me his older setup, which, ironically enough, is kind of the same as the setup I have now, only slightly better, I believe. But it will definitely allow me to do a variety of things that I cannot do, especially games with OpenGL, because my RX 480 graphics card does not like OpenGL that much. Unless you somehow can run some of these games in Linux, I'm going to be definitely doing a lot of experimentation soon. Also, as of this recording, I'm almost finished with Jedi Academy, although by the time this video goes up, Jedi Academy will already have been released. Why did it take an extra week? Well, that's because I got sick. A horrific stomach flu that left me writhing in bed for a couple of days. Not pleasant, to say the least. Alright, let's open her up. Let us unseal the hushed casket. Just rip, tear, rend, destroy. Probably should have used a knife instead of a letter opener. Just gorilla it. There we go. This has been packed remarkably well. And this thing was pretty bloody heavy. Bringing it inside. Ooh. That case looks pretty huge. And here is the device itself. Damn. Alright, let's get that tape. And if you're wearing headphones, ladies and gentlemen, embrace the suck! Okay, this is hilarious. Great minds think alike, although his is way less dusty than mine. This is literally the exact same case that I use, although he opted Alright, this is the exact same case that I use. The Cooler Master. Great minds certainly think alike, that is for sure. I even have the same kind of disk drive, but I do not have a USB 3. Alright, let's take a look at the back here. I was going to open her up easily. Actually, no, it's opening up. He does not believe in thumb screws, it seems. Because these are actually legitimate screws. Which means I'm screwed! I will have to go get a screwdriver. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Got a screwdriver. And let's continue taking a look at this. Now, I personally just use thumb screws to hold the case door on. Alright, let's pop her open and see what lurks inside. Also, this case is extremely cold. Oh, I can already tell he's got a much fancier setup than I do. Also, it looks like he has a spare fan here. And what we got here is a Zotac graphics card. Got an EVGA Supernova 750G2 power supply, 80 plus gold. Yeah, my power supply is not quite that fancy. Got a Gigabyte motherboard here. We've got a Cooler Master cooler. Looks to be about the same as the one I have. Looks like he's rocking 8 gigabytes of RAM. Let me see here. I'm trying to be careful and not knock that off of there. He did indeed remove the hard drive like he said he was going to. And there's a lot. I can already tell I like this motherboard here. See if I can angle the camera where you can see. that's the SATA ports right here, and I like that because that's actually a much better SATA port design than the motherboard I have right now that was donated by PC Gamer by default. Really appreciate that motherboard, by the way. But I gotta say, Gigabyte's motherboard design is slightly better because this is so much easier to get to, and that is really quite cool. Now, I'm not really sure what this thing is here. Not really sure. That looks like a TV tuner of some description. I'm not really sure what that is. Looks like there's a lot of USB ports on the back here. Looks like a lot of USB 3 on the back, including a PS2 port, which I find kind of interesting because with a motherboard this advanced, you think they wouldn't have such a thing. I kind of like this Cooler Master CPU cooler a little better than mine. Mine's a lot bigger than this, but this looks like it's going to be a little easier to clean than the one that I have. I'd really like to know what that is. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be. It's got to be a TV tuner of some description or something. I just don't know. That graphics card is really, really small, though, especially compared to the RX 480. It's just this giant monster thing. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is the donated PC from Uncle Shagnasty. I definitely am going to have a lot of working on this thing, getting it set up. I'm trying to decide how I'm going to disperse with the parts. I'm not sure if I want the main Win 10 machine to have this motherboard and this graphics card and this power supply, or if I want to kind of leave that the same and use this for my Linux experiments. I just got to try to figure that out because I've never had two PCs at one time before. I've usually had like a laptop that was kind of crappy and a PC, but this is really cool. I'm really appreciative of Uncle Shagnasty for sending this thing because I know this isn't the most top of the line thing, but you know, this is really cool to have this. I know this is minutia right now, but I really like where those SATA ports are. You know, trying to get all your bloody hard drives plugged in, it is not an easy prospect. I will definitely be taking a closer look at this Mobo. It looks like this Gigabyte board has a lot more USB 3 than the Asus board that I'm currently running. The only thing is I don't really use too many USB 3 devices, so I don't think it really matters. Now, the processor this thing has, from what he said to me, it's the same processor as what I'm running now. That was also, thankfully, donated by PC Gamer by default. Once again, I really, really do appreciate it when you guys donate PC components to me, because that really is what allows the channel to keep going. Because the more PC components you guys donate to me, the more money I have to spend on other channel things, you know, like gun reviews, trips to different really cool places where I can do a outdoor adventure and stuff like that. Because all the stuff that is sent to me gets used in some way. It doesn't just get shoved off in a box and never looked at. So I want to thank you once again, Uncle Shagnasty. I want to thank everyone who's donated stuff to the channel. I still remember. I want to thank Wizard of Oz for sending that GTX 460. Yeah, that's an old card, but you know what? I needed it when I needed it, and that allowed me to restart the channel. I want to thank PC Gamer by default, whose components I'm still using to this day. They're running right now. While I'm recording this, you know, Jedi Academy's on there, about to be edited, thanks to that motherboard and processor. I want to thank Microtubal for sending the GTX 760. That card worked really, really well, and I used it for some time until I got the RX 480. I want to thank everyone who has supported the channel, and not just people who have sent me stuff. You know, everyone always talks about all the stuff they get sent, but I also appreciate everyone who has commented, the positive ones, everyone who has stuck with the channel all these years. You know, I may not have 1 million subs, but it does come down to quality versus quantity, and I've got the greatest quality fans anyone could ever ask for. And so, I am General Ott, wishing you good, Zotac, and good, EVGA Supernova, whatever makes you happy.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and if you can, please consider supporting me on Patreon so that I can continue bringing you this awesome content.